Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Money Cure. I'm your host, Sean Robert Grant, and I'm happy to be here with you on this Tuesday evening. Thank you to everyone for all your support. It is greatly appreciated, and thank you for being here. And so we are starting a new series today. It's based off a book I'm writing, and it's called Healing Your Relationship to Money. Okay? And so what does that mean? Heal your relationship to money. So it basically means that what we're really doing, and this is what I've come to the conclusion of in all my years of focusing on prosperity and wealth and abundance and cash flow and money and the spiritual side of money. What it comes down to is healing the unprocessed emotions around money. Okay. And then once we've done that, being able to release the significance that lies around it, right? Coming to a place where it becomes easier to flow into our lives and flow out of our lives. Because that's a big issue is, you find sometimes people can allow it to come in, but it's hell trying to get it to go back out, right? So what I begin or what I see for this, I guess, series, I'm not sure how long it's going to be, but I just see it enabling all of us to take a good look at where we are and where we stand as far as our financial situation goes, right? And so, when we talk about healing, honestly, healing just comes down to you being able to love and accept a situation for what it is and then honor it and then allow it to release itself, right? And so the most interesting thing about money for all of us is it's not ever about money. It's always about emotions. It's always about what we've projected onto the concept of money, which is actually a reflection of ourselves, right? And I see that all the time, even in my own life. Like, I can show you from my experience. I did a journal entry one time, and immediately I got like this lightning flash illumination of truth. And it says, basically, having money equals having love, right? So you decided that you needed to have money to have love. And if you didn't have money, you weren't worthy of love, right? And so that has absolutely nothing to do with money. It just doesn't, right? But everything to do with how much am I willing to love myself? And I love the concept of money because it allows us to dive into this stuff that's not just going to change our financial situation. It's going to change our lives, period. Right? Especially when it comes down to like stuff like forgiveness. We are, really breaking open the scab and allowing it to heal in a way that it's supposed to, where it's strong, where it's durable, where it's firm and it's sustaining, because that's what you deserve as an infinite being. You deserve a financial situation where you can thrive, where you don't have to worry about something that's already there, right? And that's we've spoke on that countless times, and what that entails is that just entails you being this individual, this divine, infinite, dynamic, wonderful, abundant being who has been given the keys to the kingdom, so to speak, who has been given all of the infinite resources available in this universe to use, right? But what happens? We block ourselves from it, right? Because you ever notice with the universe, everybody has something where what happens is they put significance around it and it becomes so difficult for them to achieve. For some, for a lot, it's money. For a lot, it's love. For a lot, it's weight loss. All of a sudden, this thing becomes so hard to manifest in their lives when other things are just so easy. And you know why? It's because there's too much pressure. There's too much significance that is surrounding that area, right? And you'll see. You'll just look at your own life, and you look at the areas where you're easy to just, there's no charge about it. I was writing a chapter the other day, and we were doing this manifesting exercise. And this is really neat because it really shows you what type of charges you have around money, right? And so I can remember doing this exercise when I was younger, and they would say, start small, manifest like $10 for the day. And I could never do it. I could never do it because I was so hell-bent on having that, on forcing the $10 to come into my life, right? That it completely repelled it. It completely stopped it from coming and showing up and manifesting, right? So when I was doing this exercise, what I really wanted to convey is how easy it is to manifest something that has no value. Or not value, but has no emotional charge around it, no significance. And it's really an amazing exercise. And so basically all you do, and you can try this for yourself, you pick an object, a thing, whatever it is. It can be a pen. It can be a cup of coffee. It could be a cup of tea. It could be, even a penny. If you really want to go with the money, like even a penny, right? And here's what you do. You put it on an index card and you carry it around with you. And you don't look at it all the time. But whenever you get a minute, you just look at it, right? Or you don't even need to really carry the index card around. You just write down on a piece of paper, penny. And you say, I'm going to manifest a penny today, right? And so one or two things are going to happen. You're going to set that intention, let it go, and that penny is going to show up with lightning. That cup of coffee is going to show up with lightning fast precision and accuracy into your life, right? Because things only manifest, money only manifests as quick as we are willing to allow them to, right? So if it's not coming as quick as you want, it means that you're too hung up on the outcome, so to speak. This is why it's good to pick something that's insignificant. For most people, they feel like a penny won't change their lives until they come up against those parking meters that take coins and you need it or something like that, or you're turning in your coins to cash them out. But the idea is to pick something that has no significance because it'll show you how fast something can come into your life when there's no significance around it, right? Now, this is sometimes difficult when it comes to the idea of money. And the reason why is because, well, that's why we're healing our relationship with it. We've been taught so many different things about money, these money myths, you would call them, right? And one of them right off the bat is you have to work hard to make money. Not true, right? Not true. And the reason it's not true is because money is just an expression of God, of love. And that love is given freely. It's given freely. It's not about what you do. It's about who you are. And you are a divine, infinite being that is deserving of that, right? And money is just an extension of that love. So that is yours. Whatever you want, whatever you choose to have, whatever you prefer, it's yours. But see, if you don't believe that, if you don't trust in that, you're putting up a wall around it, right? And that wall stops it from manifesting. Period, right? That wall stops it from manifesting. So what we want to do, especially in this series, is just get rid of those walls, right? Like just kind of ease them out of the way is what we want to have happen. And so once we're able to allow that to happen, to make that happen, then we can start to see the flow come in a way that is easeful, that's joyful, that's glorious, that doesn't require us to move mountains, so to speak. You see what I'm saying? And it's really quite amazing to watch that unfold, right? So, I've kind of went off a bit on this topic, but I think it's so important to understand and to know why we have to get to a place with this. So, I actually really want you to do that exercise if you have time, and just even if you don't even have to write it down, just think of something you want to manifest, and I'll do it with you. And next time we come back, I'll let you know how long it takes to manifest, right? I think I may do a penny, right? I choose to manifest a penny. And then you can say, I choose to manifest a cup of water. I choose to manifest a cup of tea, right? Or whatever it is, a pen, an index card. See how long it takes for that to show up in your life. And that will show you what kind of charge you have. The longer it takes, the greater the charge, right? The shorter it takes, the less the charge. And it's about getting to a place where you have a charge around nothing. And that starts with healing the emotions. That starts with healing the unprocessed stuff that may be surrounding it, right? So getting back to those money myths, we talk about working hard to receive it is not the truth, right? And that's not the truth. Why? Because it's an extension of infinite love. It's an extension of the divine that is given freely. What's another truth about it that, we can, or myth that we can really kind of debunk here? Well, one of my favorites is that you have to have somebody else save you. And what do I mean by that? You can't make it unless somebody else is doing it for you. Not true. You can do it all by yourself based off of your perception, right? You can change, flat out transform your money situation by your perception, your perspective, and where you focus your dominant thoughts and feelings upon. And if you know that you're infinite, right? How can you need something if you are everything? And everything including money, right? That is a myth that needs to be shredded, just completely removed, because it's not true, right? You don't need anything else. You have everything you need on the inside of you. And once you discover that, once you know that to be true, it's endless, the amount of money you can bring into your life, right? And you just see it as an extension, right? So the thing is in myth number 3, money is the cause. Money is not the cause. Money is the effect, right? So when we heal our relationship with money, we realize, okay, we're not actually going for the money. Money is the effect of us willing to make the choice to take our freedom into our own hands, right? This is what's interesting about this is that, and I wrote another chapter on this, when we take freedom to make our own choices and we do them based on what our heart says, something interesting happens. Money shows up to support those choices. It's always going to support what you do that's in pure alignment with your purpose, pure alignment with your source, pure alignment with your heart, right? So that's important to know that. Because a lot of times we think, okay, we need the money to make the choice, but actually make the choice first. Make the preference first, and then the money will show up, right? Always does. Always does. And last one here, number 4, and this is a good one because I've said this one before a few times on the Money Cure podcast, and it's, I'm rich because I have money, right? Not true. You have money because you're rich. And so this is a tricky one because you're like, okay, well, isn't the whole part of being rich about having money? No. It's about having a consciousness that understands who's the true wealth. You are the true wealth. You as God expressing yourself as infinite love is the true wealth. right? Is the true prosperity, is the true abundance. So guess what? When you know that, you immediately become rich, and whatever happens in consciousness has to happen in reality, right? So you get the consciousness. Remember, we talked about it in the past. You can go back and listen to it. All that the Father has is mine. I and my Father are one. All that God has is mine. I'm an infinite being. So that means that if I am everything, I can't lose anything, right? If I'm everything, I can't need anything because I have it all, right? So when I have it in consciousness, there's no doubt I will have it in reality. So money doesn't make me rich. I make myself rich first in my feelings and my thinking, and then it shows up, right? So when we look at that, all that tells you is that, okay, once I heal my relationship with money within, everything outside is going to be a piece of cake, right? That's just how it is. It's just how it is, right? And that's what's neat. So how I want to close this thing is I want to give you a question to ask yourself. And the beauty of a question is your mind's going to find the answer to it, right? And this is going to be an introspective question. Like I said, you don't have to put any significance around it or charge or feel like you got to get the answer now. We're going to relax you a bit. I'm just going to have you take a couple deep breaths, and we're going to ask this question in just a moment. And it's going to allow you to open yourself up or open your money situation up. That's going to create more flow, right? And you just need to ask it one time, and you just feel it, and then release it out to the universe. So universe, I trust that you would bring the answer back to me at the perfect time, and I'm just going to relax until then. All right? So take a deep breath. I'm going to grab some water. All right. So we're going to ask this question. What's going to happen is the moment you ask this question, your mind is going to be searching for an answer, right? And sometimes the egoic mind will try to fire off an answer right away, but just kind of cast that to the side because that's just the small mind messing with you. Allow the subconscious mind to answer this for you, right? Allow the subconscious mind to answer this for you, and you'll begin to see, right, when it unfolds in your life through circumstances, through anything. It can, like the universe can answer it in any way, shape, or form, and that's the beauty of it. But also the beauty of it is it's going to allow you to move forward and to progress and to move to a new level of awareness, okay? So let me actually give you the question, and then we'll dwell on it and move from there. Who do I need to become in order to heal my relationship with money completely? Okay? Who do I need to become? Or who do I need to be in order to heal my relationship with money completely? And you focus on it for a bit, right? And then just let it go. Okay? Now, here's what I want you to do. If you're listening to this at night, I want you to pay attention to your dreams. All right? Because that's an option for the answer to come through. Pay attention to everything that's going on around you, even on the TV. Because sometimes you'll be watching TV and like something will flash through in a commercial or in a show, and it'll be like, okay, that was the answer to my question, right? Pay attention to everything around you. Become vigilant now. Not choke holding it, but just being aware of everything that happens around you. And be ready to take notes when it comes, because this is going to be the universe's answer to your question. I want to tell you something that you need to know always. The universe will always answer every question that you ask. It will always answer it at the perfect time. It will always give you the highest guidance that you need in order to get the answer that you're looking for, right? and you just be patient. And more importantly, the best part about this is just being happy that you know it's going to be answered, it's going to show up at the right time. Because then you can just forget it, and guess what? With lightning speed, it comes in, right? And even if it takes some time, let it take as long as it needs to take, right? Don't harp on it. Just let it take as long as it needs to take, and I promise you, you will get the perfect answer for you. Guys, this has been an amazing, amazing time for me personally, but just to be able to share it with you and to talk through some of these things. And I know it's going to make a huge difference as we're willing to implement it into our lives. And so with that being said, you guys have a wonderful night, wonderful day whenever you're listening to this. Once again, thank you for all your support. I greatly appreciate you to the highest degree, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye.